Hi, my name is Bani Logroño, and I'm the writer and director of the Filipino Story. Well, I think one of the most important stories that you can ever tell yourself is the story of where you came from, because it can really shape how you see yourself in the world. For example, if the story that you tell yourself is that you come from a lineage of people who are constant victims of just unfortunate circumstances and constantly suffering, then that's definitely going to affect how you live your life and where you're going. While on the other hand, if you look at your history and instead you see a lineage of great people who heroically work together, no matter the challenges along the way, then that story will completely send your life in a different direction than the first one. Now, for many Filipino Americans, including myself, trying to figure out the story of where I came from when I was growing up was quite confusing and chaotic. Because on the one hand, we have the first generation immigrants who would tell us the story of why they left the country. And so they would tell us that the Philippines is full of poverty and crime and corruption, and that it's a sinking boat without any hope. Not all of them, okay, but at least for me, those are the stories that I heard growing up. But on the other hand also, there are whispers of stories that we come from this great land of white sands and rice terraces and sparkling waters, a land full of pride for their people and warm hospitality for their visitors. And so it was these two conflicting stories in my head that was confusing, and it made me want to find out for myself, what is the real Filipino story? I wanted to get clear answers for myself. And so after I graduated high school, that's when the adventure of a lifetime began. What initially was supposed to be a short trip stretched out into 8 years as I fell more and more in love with my people. It seemed like each and every day that I was constantly surprised and transformed by the things that I had seen and the people that I had met. Because the stories that I found when I explored my country, they weren't stories of a hopeless people in a sinking boat. No, they were stories of one people on the same journey on the same boat. And they were stories that showed me that no matter how dark life can become, you can always face the day with a smile on your face and hope in your heart, because we always have each other. And when I realized this, the confusion that I had as a kid was gone, and who I am as a Filipino became as clear as the summer sky. We are one people who serve each other like one family and love each other with one heart. And so that's why it's such an honor for me to be creating this project, The Filipino Story, with Tony and the rest of the Filipino school, because finally the real story about who we are as a people will finally be told, so that kids don't have to be confused about what being Filipino is all about, the same way that I was when I was growing up. And instead, they're gonna know with clarity that they come from a great land full of great people. And the best part is, we're doing it the same way that Filipinos always do great things, which is together as a family. And so that's why it's just really such an honor for me to be a part of creating this gift to give to future generations to have, knowing that it's gonna change so many lives and change so many hearts. And so I'd like to invite you to take a look and join us on this journey of a lifetime to tell the true Filipino story and rediscover the greatness of the Filipino heart.